Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Kansas Moonshot Podcast, where we are shining the spotlight on amazing things happening in schools across the state. Whether you're one of the Mercury or Gemini schools launching some amazing redesign plans, or a teacher trying to do something a little different, I want to share your story. The goal is to celebrate the awesomeness all around us. Now, this episode is a little different. I don't have an interview lined up for this week. We're wrapping up first quarter, and just time got away from me. But I thought this would be a great opportunity for just a pep talk. Because as I go through these interviews, I'm constantly seeing some amazing things that schools are doing across the state. But I will tell you, behind every amazing project or initiative or innovative idea, there are a handful of ideas that failed epically. There are plans that didn't work out the way they were supposed to. Even these great ideas, they probably had 3 or 4 versions of it that weren't quite what they needed to be. And so sometimes we get into this Pinterest mindset that, everything we do has to be perfect. It has to be photogenic, and we have to be able to post it and write a blog post about it and share this perfect thing that we create. But that's just not the case. There are so many times when I create something and it's not what I wanted it to be. The only time you really fail in that is if you don't learn from that experience. So just know, as I interview people for the podcast, that they have a lot of times that their projects didn't work out as well. And a lot of times we highlight the great things, but just know that they are going through the same struggles you are. This is hard work. This is struggle. This is tough conversations. This is trying to get a whole group of people, whether it's parents and community members and teachers and administrators, all trying to come to the same idea for those people we care the most about, the young people in our lives, the children that we're working with, the everybody, every stakeholder that is involved. We all are working towards the same goal, and we may have different views on it. We may have different things that we want to try, and so it is tough. And I just want you to know that we are all going through the same struggles. Now, they may show up in different ways, but we are all having these little struggles here and there as we go through this process. So you are not alone. I've heard this great quote a couple of times this week that, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay if what you are doing fails. In fact, I would challenge you that if you have not had some failures in your process, whether it's launching a new initiative or a redesign, if you're not failing, maybe you're not pushing it far enough. Just know that whatever you're doing, I think you're pretty awesome. Now, that's just one teacher from Olathe, Kansas telling his 2 cents worth, but I think you are awesome and you are doing some amazing work in your classrooms. I'm here to cheer you on, to tell you that you can do it. I believe in you. And my word may not mean a whole lot, but just know that there are people across the state like me who are cheering you on. There are community members who are watching what you're doing and saying, wow, I wish I could be in that person's classroom, or I wish I could be in that person's school, or I wish that when I was a kid, I had someone who was trying to connect with me like that person is. So continue doing what you're doing. Continue fighting the good fight. Continue failing epically at times. Celebrate the wins. One thing I like to do is I like to think about who are those 1 or 2 students that I've really made a difference in. Because it's just one student at a time. And some days I'm a rock star and I feel like I make an impact on all of my students, and sometimes I don't, and that's okay. But you just have to keep moving forward and keep realizing that you are having an impact on the lives of your students, the lives of your colleagues, the lives of the people around you. So on that note, I hope you have a great rest of the week. I hope to see some of you at the Kansas Department of Education conference this week. I'll be there on Monday. You'll see me with my Batman bow tie. But that's all I've got for today. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great semester. That is all I've got for this episode. Now, for my wrap-up, that I always like to say, if you would like more information about this podcast, check out my website, mrstockrocks.com. Also, if you're enjoying this podcast, please share it. Please like it on iTunes. That helps move me up on the iTunes rankings and helps share this podcast with more people. If you have any questions, if you just want to talk, if you want some ideas to bounce ideas off of me, you can email me at teachlikeaninja@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at teachlikeaninja. That's all I've got for today. Until next time, book it forward and be awesome.